Many businesses see attentive, personal customer service as key to their business success. Any dialogue with a customer can potentially improve that customer's perception of the company. Furthermore, treating your customers well and getting to understand their needs can lead directly to more business. A company in the UK banking sector that prides itself on its customer service is Halifax Bank of Scotland, known as HBOS. Its success in a competitive market depends not only on the quality of its products, but just as importantly, on the quality of its service. We asked Andrew Dayton, Head of Service for the Telephone and Internet Banking Division of HBOS, to tell us about the business and its relationship with its customers.
HBOS is a big business. Through our contact centre estate, we take somewhere in the region of 150,000 calls a day. That's 60 million calls a year. Online, we have about 300,000 customers who visit our online service every day, of which about 100,000 transact. And we've just short of 1,000 branches in the UK, and we deal with somewhere in the region of 500,000 transactions a day, and the equivalent number through the ATMs that we have in those branches.
Why is good customer service important?
Giving great customer service gives us a competitive advantage. In banking, many products, many accounts are very similar. People are habitual and tend to stay and be loyal to somewhere that gives them great service and makes things easy for them. Through delivering great service, we make it easier for them to do that banking activity, whether it's on the phone, in a branch or online. And that's why we believe that there is such an intrinsic link between getting the service right and keeping and growing our customer base. The major aim for customer service in our business is really to deliver satisfaction to customers. If we get satisfied customers, they become fans of the business in simple terms, they become advocates, and off the back of that we get loyalty, and we'll also get the opportunity to grow that relationship with those customers because they like the service that we give them, they want to stay with us and they want to grow that relationship.
What skills do you teach in customer handling?
Customer handling skills falls into two parts really. One is clearly the knowledge both of products, procedures, so that our colleagues can take ownership for customers, that is take responsibility and do what the customers are looking to get done. And secondly, there are some more behavioural skills that we train, such as body language, being friendly with customers, understanding perhaps the signals that customers are giving us in terms of what it is that they want to get done. In banking, active listening is really important. There are obviously different skills in active listening, whether you're talking to somebody face to face or you're talking to them over the telephone. There are other visual signals that you can pick up on face to face, which I guess help in terms of active listening and really trying to understand what a customer wants. Some of our interactions with customers are quite lengthy when they come in to open accounts, so it's really important that you use your active listening skills to encourage the customer to talk, to give them feedback and perhaps play back some of the words that they're using that reinforce your understanding of what they are saying to you. I think for a telephone agent, active listening, it's really important to play back to the customer what you've heard. Obviously you don't have some of those other signals, so perhaps summarising at the end of calls, your understanding of what the customer is trying to say and is trying to do is important so that we're both talking about the same thing and really using their active listening skills well.
How do you measure the success of your customer service?
At HBOS, we try and gauge the success of our customer service in two ways. I guess there's a very pragmatic way in terms of our customer base. Does it continue to grow? Do we continue to keep the customers that have come to us in the first place and grow their relationship with us? But as importantly, we do talk directly to customers month in, month out. We do that by telephone, by specifically calling customers and asking them about their experience, and that gives us a real insight into areas that we need to improve or that we can continue to see that we're doing well.
What do customers expect from good customer service?
We would see it as making sure that the customer is happy at the end of the transaction, that we follow up, so if we promise to ring customers back, we make sure we do, And importantly, when we have multiple touch points, i.e. you can go into a branch, you can do it over the telephone, it's important that if customers choose to visit us through one method, we can hand that off effectively to another method and make sure that it's followed through and somebody has responsibility to go back to the customer.
How should you handle complaints?
The important thing in handling complaints is really understanding what the complaint is. Often customers talk about a number of different issues, and it's really important that you understand the core of the complaint. It's also important that when you go back to the customer, you've answered every single thing that they have complained about. An important issue for us in dealing with telephone complaints is listening properly, so you really understand what the customer is complaining about and giving them time to talk. It's important that we let customers talk about their complaint in its entirety and not try and interrupt and deal with it piece by piece. Slightly different in branches where you have more signals and perhaps customers want answers as they go through their complaint. Perhaps the most important thing that customers want when they make a complaint is somebody to take responsibility for it. It doesn't necessarily need to be that person that goes back to the customer, but they need to feel they have a point of contact and somebody who is in charge, if you like, of dealing with that complaint effectively.
How do you see customer service changing in the future?
I think customer service will, to some extent in banking, be the battleground on which banking is fought over the forthcoming years. Products are increasingly easy to copy. People are the difference in terms of how we deliver those products and that experience for customers. So I don't see it as changing. I just think it will become ever more important because that's where customers will take their business and give their loyalty.